What the hell is going on out there in the sports world? Or how about just the regular world? What the fuck is up?
Fuck is good. Cheap seats, Mike. What up?
Cheap, the best seats in town, the cheap seats.
Hey, I ain't been on the cheap seats in a minute. I got to change my dance. Big Mike on a Monday.
Look, man, it's like any given Sunday. It was a weird Sunday of football. There was a lot of games that was real low scoring. There was teams that were putting up fights that we don't normally see. There was people that won. All right. People that lost. I mean, it was just a lot of different things going on. And then another, again, Sunday night football done pissed me the fuck off. But that's what we're used to seeing nowadays. You know, the Chiefs just get away with calls and get wins somehow. And that's how the story goes.
It's starting to get, even the commentators are like, bro, it's getting ridiculous. How many times, Mike, are they going to elude defeat? For real.
I don't know. Hey, well, listen, if you guys are here, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, follow buttons, press all the damn buttons. Make sure you throw your comment in the section. Let us know what you want to talk about, what you're here to see, what you're pissed off about. Rant away, and we will discuss, argue, debate, do it all right here. The best seats in town, the cheap seats.
Cheap seats.
Hold
on, Mike. Real quick, though. Remember that face you made? I had to run that commercial, run that tape back. Remember that face you made when we was talking about the Rams and the Bills? And you was like, it ain't happening. And I'm like, I don't know, bro. And he give it, we still in the multiverse and that offense of the Rams. And I had a feeling the Bills couldn't keep that shit up, man. But even though Josh had a Superman day, what a week, what a night, what a day, bro. It's a lot of games last night. That was crazy.
Man, that game was 44-42. I mean, Stafford pulled out all the stops, did his thing. Puka had a crazy ass 160-something yards. Kupp did his thing. I mean, no defense whatsoever, as you could see, with it being that high scoring. But yes, the Rams pull off the upset. They say they're still alive for that division. You had the Seahawks solidify themselves in that Arizona game. Say we are the division because they are now, I want to say, what, 9-5?
9-5, yeah. Arizona just fell on their face, man. They had the opportunity. And Josh Allen, man, talking about MVP, bro. 6 fucking touchdowns, bro. Like, jeez.
I mean, that was great. Don't get me wrong. He's not the MVP, though.
No, we know he's not. But, man, just who would have thought Josh Allen? I don't know if y'all picked the Bills, but I thought the Bills was going to fall on their face. You know, I think I know football, but then multiverse shell tells you don't know shit about this season. Then Josh Allen come out and have a season like this with hardly no weapons, just now getting Amari Cooper. Just crazy, Mike. Crazy, Mike Benjamin.
He ain't even using Amari.
He ain't not even using him. He's still trying to use the play. He's trying to learn in the playbook still.
Ain't no way he's still trying to learn that playbook. They just ain't using him. It's stupid as hell to me. Right. But let's start the list of the games. We're going to recap Sunday, then we'll talk a little Monday. First, you had the Atlanta Falcons and Minnesota Vikings. You Cousins and going back against Minnesota. You had Sam Darnold trying to show that he's still Sammy Darn and he's good to go. 42-21, Minnesota puts an ass whipping on these Falcons in Minnesota. Sam Darnold with 5 touchdowns, damn near 400 yards.
Yeah.
Are we going to start believing in Sammy Darnold's?
I got him in my I got him starting in my fantasy, man. Whoever would have thought you would in 24, you would have Sam Darnold as your starting quarterback and be in the playoffs. Sam Darnold slid me in the playoffs in the last week of the fantasy. So yes, I got to ride with Sam Darnold, man. Finally, at home, something they should have did last week, Mike, when we was talking about it. They should have put they foot on their neck last week at home. But this week, in an even bigger game, they shut down Atlanta. Darnold went off. Man, Addison had like 3 touchdowns, 170. The good thing about the Vikings and Sam Darnold is he ain't forcing it to Justin Jefferson. he using other weapons, and now they're just gonna open them up. They started running the ball. Atlanta, man, it's a wrap, Mike. It's a wrap for Kirk Cousins and them. It might be.
When you were talking about Sam Darnold spreading the ball, I mean, Addison had 8 receptions, 133 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Right.
JJ, 7 receptions, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. Right. And you had Hawkinson in there with 45 yards and 4 receptions. You had a decent run game, 13 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown with Jones.
Yeah, about time.
That team's starting to get healthy because Addison hasn't been healthy. Hawkinson wasn't healthy for a while. Aaron Jones had some nagging injuries. They're starting to get healthy, and they're starting to show, wow, this could be a team. But yes, Kirk Cousins on the other side, I mean, he had 344 yards. He threw 2 picks, no tutties. I mean, Bijan, 92 yards and a touchdown, but what about what is this? Mooney? I mean, Darnell Mooney, 142 yards.
He's been balling too. Got him on the fan. I know he's another pickup everybody had. Mooney started to look like the number 1 receiver on that team. Drake London's the man with the name, but Mooney, if you look at the stats, I guarantee you Mooney got better stats than Drake London, if not matching him. So Kirk Cousins got close. Yeah, they're still not using Pitts now. We can officially say Pitts starting to look like a bust, or they're just not using him right, man. They're not using Kyle Pitts at all, bro. I don't understand. I thought he was going to be a big weapon coming out of college, but Kirk Cousins, man,
they are real close.
Yeah, they
looking at the stats overall. Actually, Mooney has 7 more yards than him.
Yeah.
7 more yards and has 2 less touchdowns, but he has literally almost 20 less receptions. That's the craziest part. So he's doing it with 20 less receptions, and he's got damn near the same.
Yeah, he missed 2 games, so you got to add that in too. Mooney just came back. He missed the last game. So Mooney's starting to look like the number 1 receiver on that team, but Kirk Cousins, man, I don't know if it's injury or that offensive line might be. He's skating. He was dancing around. No touchdown. I think this is 3rd, 4th week with no touchdowns. A lot of picks. A lot of shit Kirk don't do. He's either hurt or they can't protect him. He's dancing. You see him a little shell shock back there too. You don't see that from Kirk. And that Vikings defense is strong, Mike. The Vikings. I'm not gonna lie. The Vikings. With the Eagles, the Vikings, and the Lions, the Vikings can upset some people. I'm worried about them Vikings with them weapons, bro.
Oh, the Vikings can. It's all about Sam Darnold, though, and if he can lead them and he can do what he needs to do in the postseason. All right, on to the next. You got the Saints and the Giants, and what a lackluster game this was going to be, and we even thought it wasn't going to be that crazy. It ended up being shit show, trash, straight trash. 14-11.
Ew, that's ugly, man.
14-11. That means
that's a baseball score.
I mean, that's that's despicable. I mean, look, the Saints, Derek Carr was 20-31, 219, 1 tutty, 1 interception. Literally no run game, 44 yards. That's it. I mean, that is it. That's all you got.
That's it.
The Giants, Drew Lock, 227 yards, 1 interception. And he led the Giants run game. He had 5 rushes for 59 yards. The running back Tracy had 16 rushes for 45 yards. I mean, that's just not where it's at. You just can't do that. Neighbors had 79 yards, but you just can't do that.
Nah, it's just the Saints, we looking at that. Let me look at my scoreboard.
Saints need a damn quarterback. Derek Carr, his time's done. I know Spencer Rattler might not be the guy or the one, but you need to put him in, let him play, see that he's not going to be the one, and then figure yourselves out.
When is Derek Derek Carr really not trying to be his brother? He's really not trying to be his brother, Mike. But it's like damn, he lasted longer in the league than his brother, but Derek Carr just can't get right, man. Got all them weapons. They about to. So Kamara's go. I think the Saints they about to blow it up.
Trade Kamara, get some draft for him, put him somewhere where he can try to win, try to add to that team. Like I said, you're going to need a quarterback. You need other pieces too. So
yeah, They got to blow up both of these teams. Giants team, they already blew up with the Saquon Barkley.
Giants has been shit show. They need to get a real quarterback put on their squad and see what happens.
Yeah, they out here getting dudes from down the street that be like this. Baker Mayfield be out there making So the Giants and the Saints, just it's time to reset. So 14-11, terrible. But we knew that was we had a lot of great games and just a lot of bad games too.
Listen, and then the next one follows right suit. Follow suit. Jaguars, Tennessee, 10-6. The Jags win. What the hell? So for the I mean, look, the Jaguars, Mac Jones, 220 yards, 2 interceptions. Bigsby had 55 yards on the ground with a touchdown. Brian Thomas Jr. had 86 yards for the Jags. And then the Titans, Will Mayo, horrible day, 168 yards, no interceptions, no touchdowns. Pollard had 102 yards with no touchdowns. I mean, it's just, what the hell? The Titans need to figure something out too.
Levi got knocked out that game. I noticed that. I was watching the games, Mike, and then I went to my girl. My girl told me
he played the whole game.
Did he? I thought he got knocked out.
No, because there's no one else passing stat wise that's in there. So he played the whole game.
Oh, it says something about an injury, and I was wondering. I wasn't watching that game. I mean, Red Zone wasn't even showing any of them replays because there was no red zone.
There was no reason to show him.
But then I seen it I guess he played like he was injured because he ain't got. What was his stats?
He only had, what did I say? He was 19 of 32 for 168 yards.
Damn.
Trash. Listen, I like Will Mayo, man. I think he could be a good quarterback. I also think that team needs to work on other things. They need to add some help to Ridley. I mean, Westbrook had a good game last week, but I mean, they don't have really nobody else. Tyler Boyd ain't doing shit. Tony Pollard's the only other real offensive weapon on the ground, really. The defense is great. It's just a matter of they got to get that offense together.
Yeah, what happened to Tyler Boyd? That was supposed to be a big free agent pickup.
But you thought that it would be. He only had 1 reception for 7 yards.
He ain't done that all year, but unfortunately, if Mayo, if that Will Mayo don't, like I say, he's young. He got a couple more years, but he got weapons. Calvin Ridley, Boyd, the other one, a good running game. Next year's got to be. They can't blow it up because they just reset it. But next year, it's gonna start getting real tight on these quarterbacks. They got to start stepping up. Him and Richardson over there with the Colts. They better start stepping it up, Mike. Teams are not waiting for you
to do something. He's got, his feet and his arm. I mean, I don't know. I was never high on him coming out of Florida, but you're going to see what happens with him. But yeah, Tennessee's got to change some things up. They definitely have to make a move, figure it out. If they're going to keep Will, cool, keep him. Make sure you draft a quarterback or bring in a veteran to replace him if shit starts going downhill yet again next year. Mm-hmm. But again, he was a top 10 quarterback with so many games last week. You saw it, like, stat-wise, he was up there for so many weeks in a row. He can do it. It's just a matter of he needs more than just Ridley. And if Boyd isn't going to be a part of this, you need another quality wide receiver, and you need to probably beef up that offensive line. I mean, I know Bill Callahan went from the Browns to there to be with his son. He needs to beef up that offensive line a little more, and hope to God these boys can get it together.
Yeah, help out Will a little better with some running game or some blocking and help out Pollard on that run. You're right.
All right. Next game, you got the Buccaneers versus the Raiders. So it was the Pirates pretty much going at it in the sea. Yeah. It was 28-13. Baker does his thing. He ends up with he was 18 of 29, 295, 3 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Man, that sucks. Bucky Irving didn't really play. Shad White took over run game, 90 yards. Yeah. Otten leading the receiving yards with 70. Mike Evans right behind him with 69. Shepard, 63. I mean, Baker was spreading the ball around. Everybody was getting in. Baker did his job because, I mean, you look at the Raiders. Aiden O'Connell was in there. I don't remember. I think he might have got hurt. He was 11 of 19. He was looking good. 104 yards, threw an interception. Yeah. He got hurt.
I didn't see Gardner out there.
No, Gardner didn't go out there. Gardner's hurt. Aiden O'Connell had to get hurt. Desmond Ridder went in. because they had
Oh, yeah, I
Desmond
forgot
Ritter.
Minshew got hurt.
He
Yeah.
went 12 of 18, 101 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But I mean,
Yeah, you know, it's a game the Bucks had to win. We knew
they
they were
had to win
going
for that division. They're fighting for
Yeah,
that
they got to
division.
win. They got to keep winning. You know, Baker got to calm down on them interceptions. Them interceptions is going to be key in December and January, if they make it to January. But the Raiders, Mike, man, I love what's the coach from the Raiders used to play for the Giants?
Come on, say his name. Antonio Pierce.
Antonio Pierce. You know, I'm over here. You know, we try not to remember New York Giants names. You know, and Michael Strahan. One guy that I always remember is Michael Strahan. He's one of my favorite. Eli Manning, then one of my favorite Giants. The Barber, Tiki Barber, all them. But yeah, and Tony, man, I like Pierce. I like him because he is a Raider. You know, he just fit that mold. He was a linebacker. He was hard. He was tough. He
wearing black forces on the sideline. He ready to put
we need that we need that in the NFL. We need that cool motherfucker that we watch play.
Yeah.
But man, damn, they fucked up when they got rid of Josh Jacobs. They really fucked that up.
Well, that was a bad move. They also need a quarterback. Listen,
now they got
Deion.
Yeah.
It was Deion's. I forget what was going on. It was a celebration of something going on, and Deion straight told Antonio Pierce, "You need to draft both the Sanders boys."
So you know where they going. Deion already self-promoted that Joe. Yo, Pierce, I saw that.
Well, so did Shador. He took a picture going by the Death Star.
They both stood up.
He took a picture. He said, "This is legendary."
Yeah, he said they both stood up like, shit, we'll go to Vegas. Who the hell don't want to play football in Vegas and that spaceship dome they got? That shit.
Yeah, that shit. I want to go there, and I just want to go to a game or to a preseason game. I don't even care if it's a regular season game. Just go in there and see that stadium. Yeah, that's just crazy.
That shit look like the Star Trek Enterprise. That shit's fucking raw. But hey, that's again, I don't want to see Pierce lose his job because we want to see them Air Force Ones on the sideline. We want to see him, you know, not a lot of black coaches, we want to see all those good things. And because it is Raiders year, I feel like the Raiders are going to give him more chances, but go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead and get them Sanders brothers and bring that show to Vegas next year.
Oh, I definitely think they're going to give him more shots. But, you know, here's a bright light for the Raiders. Brock Bowers. 3 receptions. He literally has 87 receptions on the year. He broke the single season for a rookie tight end, has the most receptions, and he's still got games left. The dude's just going to build on that. I mean, he was a monster, and his counterpart, the other tight end, Mike Mayer, had 7 receptions, 68 yards. They literally have 2 tight ends that can dog. I mean, they just dogs out there. They need to get a solidified number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Get themselves
a quarterback. Don't forget Myers. Myers is nice.
Oh, yeah, Jacoby did his thing. But he's a number 2. I can't say he's a number 1 wide receiver.
You're right. You're right. They are 1 quarterback and number 1.
Yeah.
And they got to find out their running back situation because they effed that up. But the Raiders aren't off. Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do with Max Crosby. I know he's loyal. I know he loves being a Raider, but it's gonna be paper. It's everybody out here for they check. Everybody trying to get they check. They gotta
prove that they're gonna make improvements and make this work, and then I think he'll stay.
Right, because he's an animal. But yeah, I'm always looking. It's always good in the NFL when the Raiders are good. It's been a long time, so we watching. We hoping everything go good. Get them Sanders brothers, Mike. That's right.
Get them Sanders brothers. All right. Here we are. Browns Steelers. Now we all knew this was going to be a shit show of a game in a sense. You know, Browns going to Pittsburgh. I don't want the Browns to win another damn game this year. Keep putting good product out there, but I'm not expecting you to win. I just want to see what's going to happen. Steelers take this 27-14. I mean, Jameis Winston, 24 of 41. Whew, that's horrible. 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Mr. Gunslinger himself.
I mean, Nick Chubb, 48 yards. That's it on the ground. Nothing else. I mean, Jerry Jeudy had 64 yards and a touchdown. Njoku had 42 yards and a touchdown. They spread it out a little bit, but again, 24-41 is horrible. Sean Bowman says, "Go Steelers!" Hey, it's all right, though. I'm not going to hate you for that.
What's up,
Hey,
Miss
Yoli? What's going on, Yoli?
What up? What up? Go Hey, the Steelers. I am ready for the matchup next week. PA Showdown. Steelers Eagles is going down. You know, Mike got that flight coming next Sunday, that podcast. Oh,
yeah.
I got 2 flags up in front of my house. Girl's a Steelers fan, Eagles fan. Bang, we colossal this week. It's gonna be a great matchup. But that Browns game,
no love going on in the house this week.
Nah, boy. somebody sleeping on the couch.
Whoever loses,
hit them. Get them up. And the fact that it's such a, I'm real quick. I'm going back to that Browns game, but that's such a big game because the Bills losing. Steelers got a chance to get that 2nd seed. Yeah. The Eagles winning. I think the Lions won, but they still there. They still kind of there. But the Browns Steelers, Mike, yeah, they just going through the motions. I don't understand why Nick Chubb is out there. I really don't understand why. I know he gotta get his feet wet and still, like, bruh, at the end of the day, he's had some games. Shut that man down. He is your franchise. Shut him down. Okay. You know, he got a little work in the season. That's good. He looks like he could be Nick Chubb again. Sit him down. Get him 100% ready for next year. Quit playing around with Nick Chubb's career, bro. And just like Mike said, silk that shit. Steelers won. I feel like the Browns could have beat them again, but they knew they were listening to the man cave, Mike. They were listening to you last week and said, what is the point? You want 6 wins? What you want 6 wins for? What's the point? Right.
I mean, you got to think, look, the Steelers, Russell only went 15 of 26, 158 yards. He had 2 passing touchdowns. Harris had 53 yards on the ground, and Freiermuth was their leading receiver because they had no George Pickens, and he's the one that had a touchdown. But, I mean, the Browns defense did their job, really. They really kind of put them in check for a little bit. Hey, what's up, B. Skrills? Salute to you, man. Hey, Yoli.
That's
Yoli,
right.
hey, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. And yeah, she's a Packer fan. She's a
Packer fan.
She's a big Packer fan.
Yeah. Mike, tell them about they don't even know. She said it's her favorite show. Tell them a little bit about the new show that's on the Man Cave, bro. That's popping right now.
Oh yeah, look, you got Saturday
night show. That's
Saturday night. Listen, hey, it's a non-sports show, but this is a show that's going to talk about everything. You know, they're going to dive into it all: relationships, friendships, life. You know, anything about anything.
Politics.
Open mic.
The open mic, 8 o'clock. You'll see Mike's pretty. 8 p.m. So you can watch the show. It's about an hour and a half. Then get ready for the club. Mike gonna be on that John talking all that good stuff. And we call it Open Mic and Friends, Mike, because all these you only get to be on the show. All y'all got to do is email us and get you on the show talking about some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, open mic, bring everybody around. Y'all got some life things going on, so some questions you need answered. Do you want to know something about a relationship? Maybe you need some help or some advice. Shit like that, man. Open mic, 8 o'clock Saturday nights. It will not be live, but make sure you jump in there. You do the like, the subscribe, the follow. Hey, throw your comments out there. We will read the comments. We will know what's happening. But yes, stay tuned for that every Saturday night.
Every Saturday. And like Big Skrill said, it don't matter. Right, Nick Skrills. Tell him, Squilly. Like, yo, no Nick Chubb. Jameis Winston, backup quarterback. He allowed to play.
Yeah, I want to see DTR. Just throw DTR out there. Let him play.
Right. We've been saying that since week 4. Mike, we've been saying that when Deshaun was healthy. Like, I don't understand. What was the point of drafting this man? Play him.
Just let him play. I mean, look, we know what Jameis can do. Let DTR play. Let's see if, we need to grab a couple. What up, Almighty? I mean, maybe we need to grab a couple quarterbacks in the draft. Who knows what's going on with that? Let's get the hell done with that shit show of a game. On to the Eagles and the Panthers. And look, we said this shit could be a trap game. It was at home, so really isn't a trap game, but we knew Panthers defense is top 10 statistical all across the board. The offense is starting to come around a little bit. Might be a little bit of a letdown game because the Eagles, they got Pittsburgh coming up. They just got done battling it last week. So, yes.
And the week before, right.
22-16. The Eagles pull out the win. Bryce Young, 19 of 34, 191 yards, a touchdown interception. Hubbard on the ground had 92 and a touchdown, but Adam Thielen yet again. The white boy showing out 102 yards, man. I mean, he was just doing his thing.
Second game back, already number one receiver.
Already pulling it out.
Already.
Ooh.
Hey, Mike, this is what we said. Remember, I said this. I said we don't start off good. The Eagles do not start games off good. They got to get revving. I said, if they start off good, it's going to get out of hand. I said, but if they don't start off good, which they didn't, it's going to be a battle. That shit. We should have lost, Mike. The Panthers, what's the name, dropped that ball. Leggett dropped that
catch. When that dive catch, when he was.
Yeah, bro, that was a white boy was definitely showing out. But I spent most of my evening, unfortunately, man, I spent most of my evening talking to my my fellow Eagle fans on the podcast, or not the podcast, on other motherfuckers' podcasts, you know, the sports show after the show and this and that. Everybody comment.
Yeah.
I went in on the flight, you know, every couple weeks. We got the Flight Eagles show. I went in on Eagles fans because I'm tired of this shit, man. I really am. And AJ Brown, bro, I love AJ Brown, but let me tell you something. Devontae Smith don't do this shit. Great leaders don't do this shit. Yes, Jalen Hurts threw 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm trying to argue with people like, bro, oh, he playing like shit. Right, he got 3 touchdowns. Like, sit down. He got 2. And a rushing. 2 passing?
He's 2 passing and 1 rushing,
So, 3 touchdowns, right? And you can't be a bum at 3 But look, what's his stats, Mike? 100. What was his stats?
He was 14 of 21, which is accurate as shit, but
right.
108 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 4 times, but he had 8 rushes for 59 yards and a touchdown.
Right. So AJ Brown goes on there after the game because what was AJ Brown's stats? You see AJ Brown's stats, Mike?
He had 4 receptions and he was only targeted 4 times. So he caught all 4 balls, 43 yards, and that's it.
Right. Devontae had the touchdown, had a better game. His first game back, which you want to get him going. So AJ goes on there and they ask him, what do you guys need to work on to get this team going? After beating the Rams on the road, shutting down Puka and Cooper Kupp, after going to Baltimore, beating the Ravens, shutting them down, right? No picks in either game, no turnovers. AJ Brown comes out and says, passing. Like, bruh, you cannot throw your best friend, who's supposed to be your man's, under the bus. You got to go out there and be like, yo, what's the best? What do we need to work on today? Man, offense. We need to get this offense clicking, man. Passing. That means you the quarterback, Mike. I'm talking to you. You need to get your shit together. AJ Brown, man, he's phenomenal, but he's a cancer. He need to quit that shit, bro, because now everybody, it's like we lost. He went up there and looked like we lost because we knew that this was a trap game. We knew it was going to be tight. We knew the Panthers weren't the Panthers from week 4 and 5. We knew his defense was good. We knew Thielen was back. Why did everybody think the Eagles was going to blow out the Panthers? I didn't. I don't know.
We called it. We said it wasn't. I told everybody that was going to bet on him. I said, don't do that shit. You might take money line if you want, but don't do that 12 points.
Here go Finesse with the frauds. Finesse, you said that right. You said that right around the 2-game winning streak. We working on 7 later. Come on now.
Hey, the Rams are for real. Again, hey, Stafford doing his thing. They're getting fully healthy. Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp, Puka. Skrills, you're right. The Rams, if they can get in the playoffs, they can be a little dangerous. They can be one of those teams, but I mean, they got to make it in there first.
Stay healthy. If Stafford stay healthy with Puka and Kupp are still.
Yep. Look, man, Jeremy, you're absolutely right. Carolina covered. Look, we told everybody last week what it was. We told everybody on the podcast what it was. I want to say it was on Off the Rails, and we said it is not going to be a blowout game. This is going to be close because Panthers defense will keep it close, and they are playing
better.
They're just playing. They don't have no reason. They're going to go out there and ruin somebody's day. So they're doing their thing. They are doing their thing.
And like Mike said, it was a trap game. The good thing about it
Yes.
is we as if you're in the Eagles organization, you understand these are games that the Eagles usually lose. So it's a good thing that we got that defense. Our team, let me say something straight for all the
Oh, hold on. Your mic got disconnected somehow. Oh, he jumped out. I don't know what happened there. Hey, but yeah, it was 14 at game time. That is insane. Insane that line was so huge. I get the way they look at it, but how do you look at a top 10 defense and say, oh, this is what it is? Knowing the Eagles just got done dealing with the Rams and the Ravens, and they got to look ahead to see the PA Bowl they got to face. They got to face Pittsburgh, and that's what's got to happen.
Oh shit! Yeah, I got okay. Yeah, I started beating shit and then beat the microphone, put that bitch on mute. Let me say something real quick, Mike.
Go for
it. Every quarterback is a system quarterback. Okay, Patrick Mahomes, system quarterback. Now, mind you, he can do a lot of great things on another different team. This team is not built around Jalen Hurts throwing 300 yards a game and 5 touchdowns. It's not built like that. This team is now built around the defense and the running game of Saquon Barkley. That's how you win championships, Eagle fans. Running and not turning the ball over in defense. Jalen Hurts is not going to have his Super Bowl stats. But at the end of the day, what matters is no turnovers. Yep. 0 turnovers. A.J. Brown, shut up, get in the locker room, and then ball out against the Steelers, man. It's just ridiculous, Mike. Ridiculous.
All right. Almighty Finesse, we'll get to the Soto thing here shortly. Jeremy says, can we have a discussion? Because Bryce Young has been outplaying CJ Stroud these past 5 games, and you are right. He's been out there shining, doing his thing. CJ's been lackluster. I mean, it's just –
and
you got the stats right there. Look.
Yeah.
Well, Bryce Young, 1,000, almost 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. CJ, 1,140, 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And I got to say, I feel like CJ was going through a lot with receivers being hurt and being down, Nico being out, Diggs is out. But I also think the offensive line's got a problem there.
Yeah.
I also feel like they're not running the ball enough.
Right.
Like in those games where he's throwing those interceptions, I think he was forcing things, and they weren't running the ball enough. Mixon would only have 10 carries or something. One game, he only had 20 yards, and he only ran for 10. He only had 10 carries. But, yes, I'll give you this right now. Bryce Young has done a hell of a job the past 5 games, has been right. This past game, he only had 191 yards. He was 19 of 34, 191 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I'm not going to say those are jump out the box stats, but again, he's doing what he needs to do to make his team relevant and try to bring them to a win. So I will give him the props for that, because lately, ever since he was benched, brought back, the Rod Wave thing they're saying, Thielen, I think, has been the biggest thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Thielen being back with the other guys has brought a lot of pressure off him and Hubbard, plus that defense stepping up and being huge for them.
People didn't realize the Panthers got a good defense. The only reason why they got wins is because of that defense. And when you get your number 1 receiver back in Thielen and Hubbard's running hard, he just got paid. This is a good-ass team. But C.J. Stroud, man, it is a disappointing year for the whole Texans team, because we thought coming into the preseason, we all picked the Texans to cruise in that. But we didn't think it was going to get injury bugs and everybody, and the defense is not playing like they did last year. CJ Stroud just having that sophomore, I ain't going to say slump, but kind of bang his head and this and that. Oh, thank you, Dominic. You so sweet, dog.
Jesus, kid.
Yeah, stop it, kid. Not on live TV. Stop that.
Hey, Jeremy, you're right. CJ has not improved on his decision making. It's like, again, I think the hype got to him a little bit, and now he's forcing it more than he was last year. Last year, he was letting it come to him. Yeah. He was letting the game flow, and just what was there and what was given to him, he used. Now he's trying to force big plays, or he's trying to force this and that, and it's messing him up. and he's going to need to take a breather once the season's over. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
See what happens there. You know, I don't.
Well, a lot of that, Mike. I think a lot of that is like you said, he is doing that, but it's play calling. They out here trying to gunsling now. You know, they slinging. They should be running. You know, because if they're not going to get, if I don't know, man, I don't even know what record they are. Are they going to get how many home games they going to play? They're going to play they're going to go to Kansas City. They're going to go to Buffalo. You're not going to throw the ball across the field there. So,
hey, there it is, Jeremy. You hit it. We just said it. QB coach, yeah, he is soft. The O-line is beat up, and they need to add to that.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely need to add to that. So we're going to see what happens because that offseason for them is going to be big. Because they got to do something because, again, you don't want to waste years. You got Joe Mixon. He doesn't got a lot left. Stephon Diggs don't got a lot left, and he's injury prone. But you got to get stuff together and get it rolling. But we're going to move on to the next game. The Jets and the Dolphins, which, hey, man, I thought this was going to be a shit show.
Oh, my God.
Trash game.
Yeah.
They end up going to overtime, and it ends up being 32-26. The Dolphins win. Woo.
Man, I thought this, somebody said it was going to be a blowout last week. It wasn't us, but I thought.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't us. Who was it?
Yeah.
Who was it, Jay? Where was it, Jay?
Was it Jay? Look at it. He gave you that eye. That's that eye, bro. Mike gave the Mike.
I mean, look at this. Look, everyone hating on Aaron Rodgers. He's 27-39, 339 yards, only one touchdown. But, dude, I mean, they played a hell of a game. Wilson, 114 yards. Adams, 109 yards and a touchdown. They had no run game, which is sad. Yeah. I mean, no Breece Hall either. But the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa. Listen, man. The dude come back from his concussion. It's like he's got superpowers. He's throwing for over 300 yards. It seems like every damn game. Yeah. Another 300-yard game, 331, 2 touchdowns. Guess who showed the hell up this game, though? Tyreek
Hill.
Yes. He said, I brought my 20th kid into the world yesterday. I'm going to go out and run for 115 yards or go out there and catch 10 balls, get 115 yards and a touchdown. I mean, Waddle had 99 yards. It's just, woo.
Yeah, look, it was about time, man. Tyreek showed up. But you know what it is? It's because it's in Miami. It's South Beach, man. Who ain't going to go ball and say you balling in South Beach in December? But Aaron Rodgers put on a show without his starting running back. I give the Jets props, but 3-4 wins. Miami's still in it a little bit. Tua is showing he belongs there. You know, it was a good game for Miami. We expected a little more from that Miami defense, but overall, they kept themselves alive. Mike kept themselves alive.
They definitely did. Look, Jeremy goes, what do you think of the name Legion of Whom for the current Lions defense? I mean, they're doing their thing out there because, I mean, when you get out there in that secondary, where are you going to go with the ball? Because they just covering everything. So whom you going to throw that damn ball to because ain't nobody open.
I do like
nobody open.
Well, you know what? We want to see that. We want to see outside. And then Jeremy turn around and say, outside of the Lions, I just enjoy good football.
Yeah, that's it. That's a real football fan right there. Yeah. Someone that doesn't just ride and die for their team. They just love the sport in general.
Yeah. So he must be what he got. And he's a Steeler, right? NFC out.
Oh, he a Lions fan.
Oh, outside of the Lions. Okay, I'm confusing that. So I'm not gonna call them Legion of Whom yet until the playoffs. I want to see what they're gonna do in the playoffs, but they are dangerous. And that offense, that running game is dangerous. And they going NFC Championship last year. Man, NFC game last year. It's gonna be, man, the playoffs is gonna be special because everybody's hunting for them Chiefs and they look vulnerable, but they just won't lose, Mike. They can't lose.
All right. We got to move on. I got to get a little quick with this. Seahawks, Cardinals. Seahawks said, hey, this is our damn division. 30-18. Geno Smith comes out 24-30. Hell of accuracy. 233, only one touchdown. But Charbonnet on the ground, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. JSN with 82 yards receiving and a touchdown. And Charbonnet had 59 receiving yards. I mean, Jesus, he was doing everything. All over. Kyler Murray, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. You can't decide what he wants to do. 90 yards on the ground for Connor. McBride was their leading receiver. Well, he's a tight end, but leading receiver in yards with 70. But damn, the Arizona just kind of cost themselves the division there, or fighting for it, because now
3% chance.
Seahawks,
They got,
it says 8-5.
They got 3%. Cardinals got a 3% chance now. They went from 80% to 3% on that game. That was a huge loss.
Oh yeah, so they're 8-5. Cardinals went down 6-7. Yeah, that's done. The Rams are trying to bulk up and go that way. And speaking of the Rams, here they are. The Bills and the Rams. You have this game
that was a great game.
Looked like it was going to be a blowout. And it wasn't by who you thought it was by. It was the Rams taking control early. Stafford and company doing their thing. I
said it, Mike. I said we both kind of laughed at it, but then we thought about it and was like, Stafford's not okay. I looked on the report Thursday. Stafford's not hurt. He's fresh. Puka's getting healthy. Kupp is out there. The running game's there. The Bills been beating a lot of teams. They had a tough game last week, and then the Rams come out and man, Josh Allen had a Superman game with 6 touchdowns, and they still got beat up. Puka went off. Puka. That boy went off, man. Who would have thought he would have been this good, bro?
Hey, Jeremy, hey, I know it's not Boom. Boom was Seattle. That's when you getting hit big. Whom? Like, I get where you're at. Who are those dudes out there? Because nobody knows who the hell they are. I'm saying whom as who the hell are you going to throw the ball to? Because them dudes are covering everybody.
Yeah,
that was
like
a hell of
your
a
quarterback. Who? If you playing the Lions, you better keep running because
that secondary is clean.
Yeah, they clean.
Look,
but
Josh Allen had a career day, man.
Yeah, man.
37, 342, 3 touchdowns in the air and 3 on the ground with 82 yards rushing too. I mean,
that's crazy. It's crazy.
Look, hey, Amari Cooper, look what he did. 6 receptions, 95 yards. He actually showed up a little bit. No touchdown for him. But the Rams, 23 of 30 for 320 and 2 touchdowns. Stafford went. Damn, that is accuracy too. Kyron Williams, 87 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Puka, 162 yards through the air, 1 touchdown. Cooper Kupp followed up with 92 yards on a touchdown. I mean, the Rams were just doing a damn thing, and that was just, whoo, boy.
Yeah, Skrill's right. I kind of knew. I knew that was going to be the game of the week because I knew the Rams had to win. I knew that Josh was going to show off. And and when I saw Stafford was healthy, I said, it's going to be a showdown. And Puka, Kupp, everybody went off, but a great game. Great game for the Rams. The Bills now drop. If you're a Steelers fan, that you happy about all that because now the Bills and Steelers right there. I don't know if anybody can catch the Chiefs in another game or two, but the Bills and the Steelers are really trying to get that second slot. It's going to come down, Mike.
All right, on to the next. We had the Bears traveling to the West Coast to face the 49ers, who are injured all over the damn field. 38-13, though. Brock Purdy shows the hell up. 20 of 25. 325 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He was dicing, slicing and dicing. Like
George Kittle, 151 yards through the air. Juwan Jennings, 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. The running back, Giordano, 78 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns, and then he had another 50 receiving. I mean, holy shit. Look, Caleb Williams can't do shit here. 17 of 23. I mean, accurate. Only 134 yards, 2 touchdowns, though. Had no help on the ground. And it just, I mean, we all knew going from east to west, west to east, it's always a problem. And the Bears were already having their own issues. But we thought this might be a closer game because of the injuries to the Niners and how they've been playing. But they said, hell no. They showed up and busted the Bears' ass.
Yeah, they at home. I seen this coming, man. The Bears are just – we caught it, man. Number 1 pick in the draft. Number 1 pick. There's a lot of dudes looking better.
Knicks, but hey, it's all right.
Yeah, there's a few people looking better than him. But he dancing around and making – exciting plays here and there, but he's not executing. His completion's good, but they're not throwing the ball down the field. DJ Moore is banged up, but the Niners, man, Garenda, I think that's his name, girl something, but he bought out. Yeah, Geraldo, whatever. he might be hurt again. So now they on their fourth running back. He hurt his foot. So it's like, but Brock Purdy, you know his connection with Jennings. Kittle went off. Kittle was balling. I don't know.
Finally, they used Kittle.
Finally, like at this point, I think now that there is no running game, well, there is, but like they're on their fourth running back. Kittle about to start having some mammoth weeks, especially then they have to win out. They literally have to win out. So Niners big win. Purdy showed up. I don't know where DJ sent where Samuel's
they don't use Debo. No more using Debo ever.
Yeah, they don't use Debo, but if they do that, he gonna get hurt anyway. But Niners big win. The Bears. Time to pack it in. Been time to pack it in.
Been time.
Go
to Sunday Night Football, Chiefs Chargers, and this is a battle in the AFC West because the Chargers are showing out. I mean, they're doing their thing. 19-17, Chiefs win on a bank shot field goal. I mean,
that's crazy.
Close calls, Chargers. Justin Herbert went 21-30, 213 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, he needs some help on the offensive side. He needs Dobbins back for the run game. They have no run game. They have receivers. You don't have a clue who the hell most of them are. It's just the Chargers can be so much better once they get that offense right, and it's going to be scary because that defense has stepped up. Mahomes, 24-37, 210, 1 touchdown. I mean, he spread the ball around. Everybody got a piece of the ball. D-Hop's the one that caught the touchdown. Another close game for the Chiefs. I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. There was holding calls. There was all sorts of damn calls, but not going to get into that. Done with all that.
But
shit.
Mike, how do you like the Chargers kind of dominated that game, and then they, like you said, Herbert just couldn't. Herbert got hurt, came out the game, came back. He just wasn't the same, and he couldn't find his weapons. But another game that the Chiefs should have 4 or 5 losses. But how do you? Mike,
I get they're winning and they're doing what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to win close games, but I mean, there's a lot of games that are close that they shouldn't win because of outside of them.
That's what I mean. And that defense, the defense is the anchor of the Chiefs. That first half,
100%.
Mahomes looked like this in the Super Bowl with the Bucks when Brady beat him and they dropped Mahomes on his head like 40 times. That it was reminding me of the Super Bowl. They were dropping Mahomes on his dome, but the defense keeps them in the game. And then eventually Mahomes is going to get, now that he's got Hopkins, he's going to get some shit going. But Mike, how do you win 2 games in a month on a blocked field goal with Broncos block? They block the Broncos field goal for the game winner. And then they kick a field goal to win the game and it clicks off the, bro, stop. That's just the lucky shit. It hits the pole.
The Broncos field goal. Was it?
The Broncos, yeah, the Broncos was about to beat them and they blocked the field goal to win. Wasn't that the Broncos game?
I don't know.
I think it was, bro. I think it, because then they lost. Look, the
Broncos. The Broncos. Yeah, it was 16-14. Yeah,
they lost. They were supposed.
And the Raiders. Listen, the Raiders score was the same, 19-17. They had that crazy false start call. It was a fumble and was a false start, so they didn't give them the play back, which they should have.
That's 2 losses
because the play should never have happened. And then the Chargers 19-17 on a bank shot field goal. Yes.
And then we talking about the game against the Ravens and the Bengals. That's 5 losses. Like they have escaped 4 losses, and 2 of them are on field goals. Man, somebody's praying, man. It's the Taylor Swift. It's the Taylor Swift edge. Them Swifties is helping the Chiefs.
Swifties. All right, well, let's get to it real quick because we don't got a lot of time left. But Monday Night Football, it's Bengals Cowboys in Jerry World. Dallas's defense is finally fully healthy. All their secondary is going to be playing. They're all back. Bengals have the high-scoring, high-power offense they have. I think the Bengals blow them the hell out.
Are they at home? Are the Cowboys at home?
Cowboys are at home, but I feel like the Bengals are going there and bust them. I mean, Cooper Rush. I get the Bengals defense is trash, but I feel like they find a way to get the Cooper Rush and they make him make some mistakes. CeeDee Lamb might have a 100-yard game regardless of the fact, but I feel like Chase is going to do his thing. Higgins is going to be going off.
Yeah, and that Cowboys defense is Dominic. I love you, bro, but you know what happens when the Cowboys are at home this year? Trash. Man, look, the Bengals. They got 1 win, and all their losses are I think averaging 20 points a loss, the Bengals gonna put 40 up on the Cowboys, bro.
Hey, Mom, what's going on? I love you.
What's up, Mama?
Yeah, I think the Bengals are gonna do their thing. Let's step away from football real quick before the show's over. Juan Soto last night got the bag, boy, and I'm talking about bags. 15 years, $765 million to go to none other than the New York Mets. He decided not to stay a Yankee. He said, F these pinstripes. I want orange and blue. I want the orange and blue pinstripes. I want that NY from over there, the old English NY. I'm taking myself, getting on the subway with this big ass check. And what's funny, the Yankees offered him $5 million more, but another year. It would have been 16. It would have been 16 years, $770 million, I think it was, or some crazy shit like that. And he said, "Nah, I already got my subway token. I'm gonna be over there, City Field."
He already got his token.
The Lindor and all them. And I like the Mets. Look, the Mets have always been a team I've liked. Even when I was younger, I don't know why. It was just something about the Mets. I hated the Yankees always, but maybe it was the apple. Every time you hit a home run, the apple pop up. I don't know. The Mets were always a good team to me back then.
Darryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden.
Strawberry.
Doc Gooden and
White
pinstripes and Queens red stripes.
It was that orange and blue pinstripe.
Yeah, that orange and blue was fire. We used to rock them hard. Yeah. Look, Juan Soto said, I already got my coin because I ride that bitch every day. He said, I'm going to take my money and I'm going uptown. Damn, he got paid. Woo!
He had all the Yankees standing there and he just drove. He went on the subway right by him. He didn't get off. He just kept going, waving.
I mean, would you go
Citi Field? If it's still called Citi Field, took his ass right there.
Finesse said the Yankees cooked.
Our Yankees cooked. Listen,
I
don't know. That just opens a big book for him now. So now they're going to go out there and try to get everybody and anybody. They're going to try to pay everybody now. So
everybody.
And you know what? Inevitably, it'll mess them up because they're going to overpay some players or they're going to bring in too much talent. And then baseball can't be like that. You can't. The whole team can't be talented and they win. It doesn't work that way. Because
look at
in
the
order
Guardians.
to have good hitters, you have to have guys you could pitch around this and that. You can't be everybody's just a big hitter because we've seen the Yankees have $300 million payrolls for a year, and that should not work. Not one bit. They don't hit the World Series. So
no, because you need guys on base, and that's why people need to take a page out of what the Guardians do. They don't have no huge ass. They just got a lot of good players that play positions, get on base. Then next thing you know, bang, somebody hit a 3-run. But nah, the Yankees gonna keep doing what they do, and that's why the champion the World Series went down the way it went. Now they done lost Juan Soto to the Mets. Oh damn, Yankees fans they having a terrible.
The Mets are gonna get Max Fried, Chisholm. Oh, look, Vladdy, dude. If Vladdy goes there, that's crazy. He's going there. His dad played there. I'm pretty sure his dad played there a while ago. I mean, listen. If Vladdy ends up, I would love Vladdy to come his ass. Oh, wow. Scully jumped out again. I would love Vladdy to bring his ass to Cleveland. I'd love to have him here. But, dude, powerhouse teams are making powerhouse moves in baseball. That is what's going on. And it's insane. It's insane that the way the money's just thrown around. I mean, you had guys saying, hey, instead of hitting the gap, I should have learned to hit a ball. I mean, this money, dude, that contract is more than Tom Brady and LeBron's contract over all their years put together. I don't want the Yanks better not get Vladdy. I can't see Vladdy wanting to be a pinstriper. If he goes there, he's going there strictly based on money. It wouldn't be because he'd want to play for them. I don't see him as that type of guy. I could see him taking less money and going somewhere where he could feel more at home and feel more of a team and a family experience, because the Yankees aren't a family thing. That's an actual business. Shave your facial hair, shave this, shave that. Like, I don't think he's that type of player to me. I mean, Soto's a great-ass hitter. Great-ass hitter. So is Vladdy. Vladdy does all the other things. Soto's power. Vladdy's got power, but Vladdy always will do other stuff. I mean, if you have to have one, you're going to want Juan. You want Juan Soto. I like Vladdy just because, again, he's more wholesome. Soto's more of a, hey, he's just out there to play the game. He's like a kid. He's out there playing the game. Vladdy's, he's just a wholesome dude, but Soto is the one you got to pick. He's the better player. I don't know what happened to Scully, though. Guess he's gone for the rest of the show. But Soto is the better player. Nobody care about the Bears. Hey, listen, man. I don't care about the Bears. Caleb Williams, I don't give a shit about. That defense is amazing, though, for them. But I'm not a big Caleb Williams fan. I never was. Not even in college. I mean, he did all his shit he did, but just not a big fan of him. I think mentally he's not there. I still think he's going to have issues. And now a whole regime changing again because everybody's going to be changed. Coordinators, head coach, all that's changing again. No, this is the show tonight right here. This is it. I put it on later. I'll put it on later for everywhere else, but this is it. I'm live now. Tomorrow we go live again. Look, Scully popped back on. What happened, Scully?
Phone died? Man, I went to go check on my Phillies, make sure, see if we picked up somebody. Nope. Nope. So
no, the Yankees are still a solid team, Almighty, but again, it's just I don't know.
Nobody cares about
it's gonna be different. Everybody's buying people. There's a lot of teams that are spending money this year. The Mets, first time doing it. The Red Sox are starting to do it. The Yankees are always doing it, but you see everybody's spending money. The Dodgers are going to spend their cap. They're busting. There is no cap. That's why they can blow all this money. There's no damn cap.
Mike, do me a favor, Mike. Go in on. I went on them Eagles fans and them Jalen haters. Go in on them damn Cavs haters.
Listen, man.
Yo, go ahead for the last 4 minutes. Just rant, Mom. Rant. Go in.
Listen, man. Hey, look, the Cavs lost to Miami last night off of back-to-back, and I get it. Mobley got hurt during the game. He only played 11 minutes. Let's hope that's not serious. But I'll tell you right now, them boys ain't frauds. They took down the Celtics. They took down the Denver Nuggets. Mobley had 41 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks the other day. There's only one other player that has done that. I mean, it's just, whoo. Yeah, hey, Finesse, you keep saying that shit, but I saw you guys lost to some trash team the other day. Listen, the Knicks ain't doing it all out there like that. It's all right.
Not with that big piece they added. They should.
I'm telling you right now, the Cavs are doing the damn thing. They're going to continue to roll. And you guys are going to find out in the end what it's going to be.
You know what, though, Mike? I can't say anything about – look, I'm putting on the beer head, the beer cave, the bear head. It's a Sixers head. I can't talk about no basketball to the Sixers at least 500.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've been winning a couple games.
Got a long way to go. I can't talk about the Knicks. I can't talk about – I could show love to the Cavs, though. Cavs are balling.
They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
So listen, we got
Scrolls,
we
right?
both got the Bengals tonight. Bengals going to win. Tomorrow, Sports Madness will be live. It'll probably be around noon. I don't know if Scully's joining, but I know me and Jay will be here doing our thing.
Might be here.
And then Thursday, of course, off the rails. Me and Scully will be handling that, doing our thing, telling you about the predictions and previews for this coming up week. And the Guardians are not going to be trash. We just signed Bieber to come back for another year. The team's ready to roll. They're going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right.
Everything's going to be all right. Open mic on Saturday, 8 p.m.
Yeah, open mic Saturday. Make sure you watch it. Again, it won't be a live show, but make sure you comment so we can get back to you about all that stuff.
Yeah. It's going to be streamed.
I don't know if Flight's going to jump on this Sunday or what's going to happen with that.
Depending on that Steelers and Eagles game, Flight might be with episode 3 might be flying. If not, Mike, we're gonna throw it in next week. You know, we got a little season left.
You can't just do that. You need to just do it no matter what, win or loss.
Do it. No, I ain't worried about the win or loss. I'm just worried I'm gonna be too drunk to come home after the game. Like, oh, fuck the Eagles. Nah, look for the open mic Saturday, 8 p.m. Man Cave Media, Most Fila. And the Flight, and man, we keeping this thing rolling, Mike. You know.
Hell yeah. But hey, make sure y'all listening, y'all watching. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the follow button, wherever you're watching it at. Subscribe to the YouTube at the Man Cave 8172. Make sure you're here. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll check y'all later, man.
Peace.
Salute.
Salute.